Welcome back to Talk of the Town, and now...
Well, now I would love to introduce to you Sister Mary McCarrick, and she is the Director of Catholic Charities. Hello, welcome. I'm
thank you
so
very
glad
much.
to have you
very
here.
Delighted to be here with both of you.
Well, it's so exciting to have someone who's so important in Western New York.
Well, and such an important organization as well. That's the key. This organization has done such good over the years. It's almost hard to keep track. I mean, it's countless millions of dollars that you guys have raised, and it goes all around Western New York, right?
Yes. Last year, Catholic Charities served 142,000 people. That's twice Ralph Wilson Stadium. We touched the lives of 1 out of every 11 people in Western New York throughout the 8 counties. We have about 530 employees, and we provide a very diversified kind of service, which is ideal. We can bring someone in who has a food need, but also find out that maybe we can help them with a housing need, a counseling need. We try always to ask about domestic violence. Do you have your GED? So the real benefit to being such a multifaceted organization is we can wrap our good arms around the person.
How wonderful. When you identify that someone has a need, your organization understands that so many times needs go hand in hand.
Yes. And
so you're trying to address the whole person. That's amazing. Amazing.
Exactly.
And since 1923. Since 1923. And let me see, I have on my notes here that in 1923, Catholic Charities served 12,000 people, which is really kind of amazing when you consider your first year.
Yeah.
And all of these years later, you've served more than 142,000 Western New Yorkers. And it's important that people understand Catholic and non-Catholic.
Oh, anyone, without any concern for religion, ethnicity, any kind of background. Everyone is welcome to come, and I think it's pretty well known in the poverty community, especially, that everyone is welcome to come.
Now you have a goal each year for the various projects that you have and the people that you help. Buffalo, notoriously, at least within this area, people know that Buffalo is one of the most generous places on the face of the earth. People will help out a good cause. They'll help their neighbors. They'll do whatever it takes to help people get along. It's just a great place.
And this year we're trying to raise $10.9 million.
Wow.
Which is a very ambitious goal, but it's so necessary. It allows us to provide counseling. It allows us to provide senior daycare. It allows us to provide immediate financial assistance for people, maybe help with food or with the rent or utilities, something like that.
And then this year's appeal, you are calling it Find Good Within.
Yes, we're trying to be very positive. You know, we see each face as the face of Christ, and we want to be able to look at each person in their need and see the goodness within them. We're also asking people to look deep into their own hearts and find the goodness that they have, to reach out and to serve and to help their neighbor.
So, you know, not only if you're in a position where you need direct assistance from Catholic Charities, you know, Catholic Charities is there for you, but beyond that, the community that's giving, there's still that message to the community who is hopefully offering the financial help for Catholic Charities to look within and to find what's good. It's just, once again, so well-rounded and all about caring for our community.
Well, donating to something that you know is going to help people and really help. I mean, not just, you know, be wasted with administrative fees or whatever, but if it's really going to help, the people who donate, they get as much of a benefit out of it as the people who receive. I mean, giving, it just gives you kind of tingles when you know that you're doing well.
Yes, and we're very well accredited. The Council on Accreditation looks at our services to see if they're really accomplishing what we say we are. Do we have goals? Do we have objectives? Do we meet them? If not, do we research that and find out what we need to do better? Charity Navigator will attest to our efficiency and our effectiveness, our transparency. So in that way, you're investing in an organization that others, national organizations, have really looked at to see that you really are getting a good investment for your money.
Your peers are reviewing what you're doing, and you get 2 thumbs up.
We do.
And I understand you brought something you'd like to read.
Oh, yes. I thought a word from one of our clients might be nice.
Excellent.
Okay? So I get very many, in my position, I get very many nice notes through the year. And this little one just came in the mail. It says, "Dear Sister Mary, My mom has no more time for me, and it's your fault. Thank you. She said, you might remember we met a few months ago outside of St. Stanislaus. My sister and I were considering whether we should put our mother in the adult daycare center, Catholic Charities Senior Day Program. Well, we did follow through on that. You remember I told you how Mom was so depressed since Dad died? She just sits home watching those depressing news shows. I come back every day after work, and what a downer then I can't get out of there. She said now she's been at St. Stan's 3 days a week, and she's back to her old self. She's made new friends whom she just loves, and she tells me about it every night. I feel like I know them myself. Well, the other night I went there, and she said, honey, I just don't have any time for you tonight. I'm trying one of Dad's diabetic recipes for my new friend Martha, and I really need to concentrate, so just go home to your own family. Well, sister, thanks so much for what this did for Mom and for me. We're very grateful.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
That warms your heart.
That's
That
so
really does.
wonderful. And you know, beyond the annual appeal and what people may typically think of with Catholic Charities, I know you have some different events. I saw on your website that you have something called Sip, Mingle, Learn.
Oh yes, we have. We're trying always to get younger people interested. You know, so for our Sit, Mingle, Learn, we are inviting people who are old enough to drink to Handlebars, and we have a brief program. We talk about very quickly about 3 of the programs. The younger people, all under 30, come and they talk about this is what I do, this is why I love it, this is how it changes lives. And then we also, it's not so much a fundraiser as a friend-raiser. As a matter of fact, we've done this for a few years, and each year we wind up hiring 1 or 2 people who go there, and they get so excited about the mission that they want to be part of it. And then for people that like online involvements, we have a program we call it Get Real, Give Hope. And you can get tickets from to Shays. Every week we have a drawing for people. They get in, they learn about Catholic Charities. Maybe they bring some clothing to our clothing store, some food to one of our pantries, learn who we are and what we do. And then every week we have a drawing and tickets to Shays. We have a whole box at the Bison's game. And so anybody can get on our website, ccwny.org, or on our Facebook page, and participate in this activity. Again, more for the teenager, young adult set. None of the gifts has any alcohol in them. Wanted everybody to be able to participate.
What a great way to reach out to the entire community, regardless of
Yes.
age. And we were talking earlier that there's collaboration. Tell me about that.
Well, Catholic Charities is just part of a large helping network in Western New York. We have many different programs within Catholic Charities, and we're able to network and have multiple impact. We're also very well networked with other service providers in the area. This area is, however large it is, it's much too small to have 2 or 3 groups doing the same thing. We try to see where the needs are and move in there. If we start something, we just started a new pantry out in Amherst, and we did that with the Jewish community. We try to work together wherever we can and to use one another's services in the most effective way, again, so that we're not asking people to duplicate their gifts or their services.
And
Well, it is kind of unique in that you do have so many different services, and you cover so many different types of needs. It's a little bit different from some of the other charities that are very specific and targeted.
For example, if you walked into our food pantry in Lackawanna, we also have a GED program there. We also have opportunities for workforce training there. And we would do an assessment. If you're financially eligible for a food pantry, you're also eligible for HEAP, for your food stamps. You know, we try to protect you as much as we could, assist you as much as we could.
And you take volunteers to help with these projects.
We probably have about 700-800 volunteers at the different pantries and the store, our clothing store, lots of clothes on Broadway. And then we have about 700 volunteers for the appeal, because every Catholic parish has its own little team that works for the appeal. So if you want to help, we've got room for
There's
you.
room.
You can either donate your time, your money. It's a great cause. It helps a lot of Western New Yorkers.
well,
Thank you. And we're going to have a skeet shoot on Thursday for corporations that are interested in understanding more about Catholic Charities, so that they too would be able to donate. So if you're interested in that, you can find out by calling me at 218-1400.
thank you so much, Sister.
Thank you.
And if you want to find out more about Catholic Charities, you can visit your
Our
website.
ccwny.org, is very, very chock full of information.
Well,